So, my darlings, for today's crush, we're taking a trip down memory lane to a time when the world was not yet in living color. Can you imagine? We didn't even have a color television until I was a freshman in high school. Until then, I didn't even know part of The Wizard of Oz was in color, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Sadly, today's crush, despite being one of the greatest actors of the 20th century and an Oscar winner for a film that was indeed in color, is largely forgotten in America. And to those who do know the name Sir John Gielgud, the response is usually, "Oh, the old guy from Arthur," as if he emerged from the womb at age 76. Honestly, ageism, particularly coming from you DILFs and DILF lovers, astounds me. But for the youth-obsessed, here you go. As you can see, John was quite fetching in his youth, and he kept up appearances so much that cottaging was a viable option for him up until his arrest for it in 1953. Oh, you're not familiar with the term cottaging? Well, let's just say it has nothing to do with a cozy little home in the English countryside. Okay, it involves importuning for immoral purposes. But I hate that term. Acts of gross indecency between male persons sounds way sexier and a little kinky. But joking aside, it was a dangerous time to be gay in England. In fact, after his Crime Against Nature was front-page news in the Evening Standard, John actually considered suicide, or at least bowing out of the show he was rehearsing. But the show did go on, with his castmates fully supporting him. And as we say, it gets better. With John providing a face to the sodomy-plagued conservatives and certain members of the press had been ginning up, the motives suddenly seemed sus. And it was a catalyst for the eventual publication of the Wolfenden Report, and paved the way for the repeal of sodomy laws, at least in England and Wales in 1967. And here in the land of the free, sodomy remained outlawed to some degree in 14 states, mostly in what we call real America, until the Supreme Court ruled them unconstitutional in Lawrence versus Texas in 2003. So, my lovelies, as we bid adieu to our dear John Gielgud, let's remember him not just for his mesmerizing performances on stage and screen, but also for his resilience in the face of adversity. He stood tall against the tide of discrimination, leaving an indelible mark on the world of theater and society at large. And while his memory may fade for some, let us keep the flame alive, honoring his legacy. Until next time, stay fabulous, stay fierce, and never forget to celebrate the icons who paved the way for us all.